Hey everybody, welcome to the 42nd episode of the Let's Talk Wiki podcast. This episode with Fuyu Toki was recorded in September 2016, so it was a few days right after DragonCon that we had our conversation, and let's just say it was right in the middle of friends telling us how awesome the convention was and the fact that we just need to go there ourselves and take part of the fun. But with all that being said, I want to turn things over to Fuyu Toki and myself for the intro and the show. Hey everybody, this is Chancellor D. Welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk podcast. Our guest today is Fuyu Toki. Welcome, Fuyu.
Hi!
Uh, we discussed a lot of things about you, your love of cosplay, dancing, singing, playing an awesome instrument.
Yeah.
Got to, kind of got a little serious things toward the end, but I think overall it was fun. And what else would you want to say that we discussed for our listeners?
Well, there's a deep discussion about video games in there, so look forward to that. As well as talking about a possible super secret cosplay. Woo!
Right. And Steven Universe.
Oh yeah, lots of Steven Universe.
Well, I know people probably want to know what we're listening for. You want to know what we talk about, so I'll stop talking and let them hear it. Later, internet people.
Bye!
Welcome to the Let's Talk Wiki podcast. So, first off, thanks for joining me today, this afternoon.
Of course, no problem.
I just want to have this time to be about you. The world can know who's Fuyu Toki and anything that you want to share about yourself, and hopefully have fun.
Oh, you mean share now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah. I'll ask you questions, but the floor is yours, the stage is yours.
Okay, well, hi, I'm Fuyu Toki. I just turned 23. I've been cosplaying since I was in high school, so around 2009. I have a really fat cat who's also one of my cosplay making assistants. His job is to be cute and roll in the fabric and create a mess while I kind of just watch and hope and pray that he kind of gets bored of rolling on my material. I also like playing video games. I am very, very, very into games. I kind of forget about everything else around me, which is pretty. I would say it's a bad thing, but hey, it's all about fun in the end. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining. Let me stop. Okay. Okay. But no, that is cool. I'm gonna jump around asking questions. So. And,
Okay.
And feel free to cut me off if you want to say things. Just cut me off. It's cool.
Okay.
And also I'm looking at your page as well. So, I'll start with let's say cosplay first. When did you said you started in high school? So what was it like for you when you started cosplaying?
Well, I never knew what cosplay was to begin with, to be really honest with you. And I didn't even know that people went to different events, like just fan gatherings, and just dressed up as the character and just, kind of related to each other on a very nerdy level. So in high school, for me, it was more so of kind of keeping it to myself. I was an outsider. It also didn't help that I went to private school as well. So that already kind of pushed me to be more to myself. I branched out in the end by making an anime club in my high school. It was really nice. It was really new. It was very misunderstood at first because, I mean, to be honest, my school was predominantly like Black and Hispanic, and Blacks and Hispanics you don't really see them out there rocking like Naruto T-shirts or Bleach shirts more than you see them rocking something else that's more to, I guess, societal, what's the word, acceptance, I guess would be a word for it. But in high school, it was pretty hard because it was really tough for me to kind of fit in, but also try to be myself. In the end, it was a really great experience because I ended up helping raise money for the earthquake and tsunami in Japan that my school really didn't have too much attention on. And it felt really good because people actually started to acknowledge the club, and I started to acknowledge my likes and my interests because it got to help people. So it was very nice. It was very fun and interesting experience.
Good. Yeah, I think it does say something about helping to make a difference in the world. Where I you okay?
Hmm.
Okay. I think it does. It makes it help make a difference in the world. Doing things to help others, and it's a good way. Also, first thing giving back, but then helping others. But then people can say
Yeah.
that hey, it's there's more going on in this club or organization than just people geeking out over things.
Oh yeah. It's like you said, it's all about giving back. And then even more so after raising money for school, I actually went to Union Square. By the way, I live in New York City. Um, and I went to Union Square and I dressed up in like my maid uniform, and I had like a black wig, and I had this little lavender clip-on ponytail. I figured since it would draw lots of attention and kind of make it a little more relatable as far as anime goes. And I danced for a couple of hours with a little jar, trying to raise funds for Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That also went well too. I made a little under 100, and I took it to the consulate of Japan in Manhattan, and I got a letter from the president at the time. I think, was it the same person? I'm not too sure. But long story short, I got a thank you letter, and I also got a couple of thank you gifts from the I believe the ambassador of the consulate as well, which was really really cool too.
Nice, nice. And I know they appreciate your efforts and helping out.
Hey, you have to help others, especially to a place where you draw a lot of inspiration from.
Very true. Very true. So, when did you, I guess, get into like the Japanese culture and things of anime and every aspect of the culture that you enjoy?
Well, to be really honest with you, it all started with Speed Racer when I was really, really young, when it would come on Cartoon Network.
Okay.
At the time, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was weird that they were talking so fast, but their mouths weren't moving with the words. So as a kid, I was like, what's going on? I don't understand that. This is not like Cow and Chicken or like Animaniacs or what have you. This is really different. And then Sailor Moon came out, and then I was like, oh my gosh, this is really cool too. Still not knowing what the term anime, or that they're even from another country, even came from. It wasn't until I was probably 12 or 13 when I saw the film Akira, and that's when I started hearing the term anime being said more, not only through finding other people that knew about the movie, but also Tom from Toonami would kind of throw the word anime, or just say Japanese animation, which kind of hooked me into wanting to know what else is there. If this is what we have now, there has to be more.
Right. Right. You're giving me flashbacks when you said Speed Racer. Like, yeah. That
It
was
was great.
that was the same for me. Like I didn't know anime or what it was, and I just saw it all as cartoons, and it was until years later where I was like, oh, this is a thing. But
Yeah.
I guess being a Western culture, we don't know something, we just see it as like like animation. We think it's all the same, but um, there's something about their art style that it's very appealing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
That's how Sailor Moon was for me.
so was that like your I guess the anime that you what anime is like your all time favorite?
I get asked that question so many times. I have a really difficult time answering. I want to say I'm kind of hovering around an anime called Boogiepop Phantom, which is more obscure than mainstream, and then also Gungrave, which is also obscure. Uh, I find those shows really appealing. Boogiepop Phantom is more of like a paranormal kind of thing based on an urban legend of Boogiepop Phantom. It's really interesting if you're into that kind of thing. And then Gungrave is more of a tale of two friends where cliche one friend betrays the other, and then there's a bunch of other drama and stuff with baby mamas and baby daddies. And it's crazy, but it's kind of like in the soap opera, very serious soap opera kind of format. But yeah, it's between Gungrave and Boogiepop Phantom at this very moment.
Nice. I think you just reminded me that I have a Gungrave poster, and I had no idea what it was when I got it. Now I just remembered I have the poster somewhere.
The show is so good.
What would you say? So, what would you say the audience is for those two shows?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
You're right. I would say, what would you say the audience is for those two shows?
Mm, I really don't know, to be quite honest with you. I mean, it's I don't really know. Whenever I mention any type of like obscure anime, it's like whenever I mention it to anybody, they're kind of like pushed away a bit because it's not what's put in front of them. Like the Naruto's, the Fairy Tale, the Sword Art Online. So I can't really say.
Okay, I got you. I was just curious, if it, because I mean, I get the content wise from hearing it's like, this is not for children. I get that. So I was thinking teenagers to
I would say
early.
young adult, maybe. Yeah, definitely say young adult. It's not something for kids to. Definitely
Okay.
not something for kids to see, especially not Boogie Pop Phantom. Episode 2 would scar them for life.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I think that can be said about a lot of anime where it's animation can be appealing to kids, but then it is not for children.
Oh, like Madoka Magica, perfect example.
What is that about?
Madoka Magica. It's super cute and adorable, but it has such really ill intentions toward when you get sucked into it, and then everything just goes downhill, and you're like, oh my god. Or better yet, another cute anime that's not for kids. That this really weird one where there's this really super cute, kawaii, adorable angel, and she has like this club that's spiked, and she's like the angel of death or something, and she literally beats the main character over the head, and his head like explodes, like gore, everything. But it's so cute. It's really really adorably drawn, and you would think that a kid could watch it, but when his head explodes, you're like, oh my god, turn it
Uh,
off.
I understand. I've seen some anime where I didn't expect it to take a weird turn, and okay, that might be enough for me. But I mean, I admit I'm in like the mech based side of anime and some slice of life stuff, but you can't help what you like.
Yeah, I'm more into the horror and gore from genre,
Gotcha.
and that already skeezes people out. So that like you said, you can't help what you like, but that's where my particular interest is in.
Yeah, you sound like one of my friends who right now they're on a crusade to make me become a zombie lover, and they're really trying.
Zombies are okay.
And um, and I guess in turn, I'm trying to get them to go with me to a convention. So it's like, well, go hand in hand. I guess we'll
Yeah,
influence each other. But,
yeah.
um, you mentioned your cat is your cosplay sidekick. So um, and rolling around in the fabrics and stuff. So do you make a lot of things like yourself?
The majority of the things I make myself. The most of the clothes that I make, like the tops, the bottoms, the pants, the skirts, I make them all either kind of by hand, or mostly by machine, sometimes by hand too. Um, Props. My boyfriend actually makes the props for me since I'm not too handy on that yet. But I'm slowly working my way into armor.
Okay. What is the project you're working on, or do you want to keep that a secret?
Yeah, this is like a really, really super, super secret.
Okay.
But I will say that it is themed for the fall.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Well, good luck to you on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I really haven't. Well, honestly, I haven't made anything. All my stuff is more closet cosplay, or somebody's helped me make it.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a little bit of help.
So, and I'm gonna jump around asking questions. So,
Okay.
and you said you are a gamer too, and I see on your page that you grew up with the Dreamcast and 64. So, what are some of your games that you enjoyed on those consoles?
On which consoles?
Like the Dreamcast and 64.
64, the game that I really enjoyed the most is Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie. Banjo Tooie mostly for the multiplayer game experience. And Dreamcast, I was a huge fan of the Sonic series and then also Spiral.
Nice.
But I was more of a Nintendo person. So definitely the Banjo Kazooie series was my jam.
Okay. So, do you play the Wii U now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Wii U is like Wii U is my alternative for whenever PSN goes down.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, do you have any thoughts on like the NX coming out soon?
I'm pretty excited for it, but I feel that the Wii U hasn't been out that long yet. I mean, when did it come out again? Like
About 2 years
2000,
ago? Maybe?
2000.
I'm gonna Google this because I don't remember.
I don't know. Like all these consoles seem like they just came out, and now a new console is being announced like every like what 1.5 years.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just give it a little more time.
okay, it came out November 18th, 2012.
Yeah, and it's 2016. It's 4 years. I figure like maybe it's like another year longer, especially since the Wii U wasn't really that big with sales compared to the 3DS.
True, yeah, the 3DS is doing, I guess, much better job appealing to the masses, I think.
Yeah, I mean, then again, if you would kind of want to push the worst of the two off the shelves to get something new too. So I mean, I don't know. I still think it's too soon.
Oh, I agree. And I didn't get my Wii U until I want to say after Smash Bros. Came out.
Yeah,
So
it's too soon.
that was, I'll be honest, only two games I really play are Smash Brothers and Star Fox Zero. But uh, yeah, that's too soon. Okay. But then I see the PS4 came out, I think 2013.
Yeah, it's oh man, I got that. I want to say, uh, I think a year after. Yeah, the year after it came out, and my only issue with that is that there aren't really many games out that appeal to me. There's so many FPSs and indie games, but not anything like big titles. Like the only reason why I brought it was because of Infamous Second Son, and I love the Infamous 1 and 2 games, so I thought that it would be like a connection, which it wasn't, and it was really glitchy. And I have video footage. I record all the glitches in every game that says it's like next gen or like this game is the best game. We got like 1080p and a new storyline and all these DLCs because the game is unfinished. But buy it now for like $70.
Yeah, that's a problem. And I see the Xbox One came out November 22nd, 2013.
Oh man.
So, okay, all these are November releases, but it's too soon for all of them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Mm. And you're right. PS4. I mean, I'm still on PS3, and like I want PS4, but the only thing that really appeals to me right now is Battlefront
Yeah,
and Uncharted.
right. I still need to get Uncharted.
And I guess Destiny and Overwatch just because friends are playing it, but I don't know if I need those games or not.
Well, Overwatch is having that free weekend things. Starting today, I think at 2, you can download it and just play it throughout the whole weekend for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So that's what I'm going to do before I decide if I want to actually buy it and play it.
Okay. Because I know I've seen a lot of people cosplaying characters from the game, so I'm like, well, it has reached the mass appeal of people cosplaying whether they play or not, but it's certainly hit a stride with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so this is more ammo for me to upgrade, but we'll see. So, um, so where are you playing now on PS4? Curious.
One more time.
So, what are you playing now on PS4? Curious.
Um, what am I playing? I'm playing like a couple of games. Uh, Story wise, Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm playing right now. Um, Multiplayer wise, I'm between Paragon, Splunker World, and the beta for Battlefield 1.
Okay. Hmm. So, if someone like me who has yet to upgrade, what would be your first suggestion?
Suggestion for
Something to make me buy the console. Just curious.
uh that is pretty tough. Uh, I guess if you like first person shooters and playing online and yelling at people and listening to a bunch of other guys yell at each other and 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 all these other like what is it? What's the stereotype? The like the 10-year-olds on the
Yeah, those.
yeah. Then buy the PS4 because there's a bunch of first person shooters and online play and insert like a smiley face with like a little shine when a thumbs up.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Fuyu Toki, seal of approval.
All right. There's your PSA, people. There's your PSA. Okay. I'm looking at your profile. So, I see you said that you do writing. So, what type of writing do you do?
It's mainly short stories. I haven't written anything in so long though. But I used to have like this really big passion for just writing pretty much anything. I used to take requests from friends if they had like a 2 characters and a kind of a plot, be it from PG-13 to the not safe for work variety. I would write them like a little short story of whatever they had asked me to. Nowadays, I don't really. I find myself more like sewing or gaming than writing, though.
Hmm. Do you ever think you would get back into it in the future?
I could totally see myself getting back into it. If anything, I could just read my really, really poorly written fan fiction from high school and get inspiration from that.
Uh, what was your topic?
It was Orion High School Host Club. It was so bad. It was like a year 2, like after the main story, and my main character had a thing for like Mori. Like I had like this whole big play by play thing, but I never finished it because it was just so long.
I got you.
It's so embarrassing.
Well, I think with like any writing we do, it all starts from somewhere, and
Yeah.
and um, you know, I understand not everything's gonna be perfect. I'm a writer as well, but I guess you find that you hold on to things over time and look at stuff like I have something that I'm trying to turn into a novel series at some point, but I wrote the beginning of it in middle school, and I looked at it recently and I was like, yeah, I can tell a sixth grader wrote this.
Mm.
So it's just trying to figure out how do I clean it up and make it more mature, and outside just scrapping it and starting over and just keep the same idea. But
Yeah, that's actually kind of how I was thinking about it. If I ever were to ever get back into writing, maybe take something old and revise it, kind of a way to just get back into it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that I was just thinking like when I first like came across your page, I believe it was during the 29 days of Black Cosplay, I think earlier this year.
Yeah.
Oh, what was like the exposure for you, being a featured cosplayer, or and also just like having your work pushed alongside the hashtag.
It was really, really nice. It felt like I was a part of the community. And it also felt really nice to get to know and see other POC cosplayers. And it's I've never knew the majority of the people that were featured, and it's so amazing to see the community just kind of come together, despite all the prejudice that we get, and to show others that hey, we're here. We're just as good as any other cosplayer. Just recognize us as a cosplayer. Accept us for being POC cosplayers. We do a damn good job. Just recognize it. And it felt good to kind of to just spread that message and to show that I'm a proud female and Black cosplayer, and no matter what comments I might get, uh, I've never gotten any to this day. But whatever, if I ever do get any comments, that's not going to stop me from doing what I feel very passionate about.
So, I guess in similar vein, so what were the responses that you got, during the month?
Well, they were all positive. Like I said, I haven't really received any negative
Right.
comments at all to anything. But I did see lots of people were just kind of like, "Wow, I didn't know about this person," or "Hey, I follow this person. She's an awesome cosplayer too." Or other cosplayers would see that I'm sharing or featuring them, and then that would get a conversation going, and it would kind of build like a networking or some type of a friendship. So if we see each other at a con, we're like, "Hey, I remember you from the showcase," and then it could probably turn into something else.
True. Because I guess I'm just trying to remember back then, while that was really while that was the beginning of the year. I'm just trying to remember because I know there was that the big push, promoting everybody, and like I didn't start, I guess like officially saying I do cosplay until last year, and I think I made my page like maybe around the end of last February, and just because like 28 days last year, I was like, okay, I want to try this, and then this year I was like, okay, I think I have something to try and show for myself, and
Yeah.
I just from what I remember, it's just that having a push and saying, okay, there are people that are like you, that are doing this. So, have you ever done like any shoots along like with other people? I mean, not just POC cosplayers, but just cosplayers in general.
Um, I've done shoots just with two of my friends. So I'm trying to think. I did one with Yuki Chrissy, and I did one with my friend Ayano. I don't know if she cosplays anymore though. But those are the only two people I've done shoots with. Well, besides my also my boyfriend, but that's it. I haven't really had the honor to cosplay with someone else that I haven't been familiar with for a long time, and kind of just build the chemistry through the shoot. It's kind of one of the things I envy about a lot of my other cosplay peers.
You also are a singer, voice actor. Oh, I'm getting a sense that you are. Um, what's the right phrase? I'm drawing a blank. Only thing I can think of is a person with many talents, but no, it's like a jack of all trades. I guess I think that's the right phrase. I don't remember. But voice acting wise, like, how did you get into that?
Oh, voice acting was a thing I did like way back, like in high school. I don't really do it anymore. What I would used to do is I kind of would imitate a certain creative character based on what's that? My voice and what ranges I can hit. Like I learned that I could do more of like the cutesy, like the really annoying high pitch innocent girl kind of. But I don't know if I never tried anything else past that.
Got you. And what about singing? I'm curious. And what about singing? I'm curious.
Oh, singing, I still definitely do. My singing talents nowadays are going toward performances at PonyCon. I've done it so far for 3 years. I sing with Indie Notes, which is a brony musician who basically makes his own music, and he composes everything, like the drums, the harmonies, all the instrumentals, everything. And he has me do backup vocals, tambourine, or I play saxophone for him, along with two other people that we are very close to. And yeah, that's what my vocals have been doing so far. I do plan on recording some songs and putting it up on my YouTube channel just to get it active. But that's it for right now as far as singing goes.
Okay. And I know she said you play saxophone. So when did you start playing that?
In high school, 2009, I started playing saxophone after seeing my gramps watching a video when I was really young of this guy. He had a saxophone, but he had this weird wood thing in his mouth. And I was very confused, like, what is that? Where does it go? Then he started playing, and I'm like, did he swallow it? Did he eat it? Was that like, was that a cracker or something? Is that like a pre instrument thing? Found out what it was when I went to high school, and I my eyes lit up, and I just fell in love with the instrument.
Gotcha. So I don't know if I asked this earlier, but what would do you so what is people before I transition to something else? What's been like the feedback from people hearing your music?
I'm my worst critic, so I'm always going to think that I need more work. But when other people say you have like a really lovely voice, or I've never heard anyone play saxophone like that, it gives me a little tingle, like a little warm fuzzy feel on the inside that kind of makes me calm down with my judgment, so I'm not as harsh about how I perform on me judging myself, and it also helps push me to want to do another performance, as well as get over stage fright. Because when it comes to singing and playing saxophone, I get weak ankles and I get so shaky and scared. But dancing is fine. It's just the saxophone and the singing that always just makes me so nervous. So the feedback really helps me get over it.
Is it because of like I guess the spotlight's on you, the attention's on you? Or...
It's I really don't know. I guess it's easier to mess up vocally and on an instrument than it is to do in a dance. A dance you can easily recover. If you mess up one move, you can quickly, think fast, do another move, and get yourself back into it. With singing, especially if someone knows the song and you mess up, they all know you messed up. If you play an instrument and you hit a sour note, they're all going to hear the sour note. You can't really, I mean, unless you're really good at it, you can't really fix it. But in my experience, I just panic. I hit the wrong note and I kind of just become like a deer in the headlights.
Uh, I
It's
I
terrible.
I understand because I played clarinet, so uh, there's one memory I have. It was practice for a pit orchestra and for a play, and I hit really bad sour note,
Oh my
and I didn't
gosh.
think like, oh, it's not a problem. But there's a DVD of it and they happen to use footage from that practice, and I'm on the DVD playing the sour note. I'm like, crap! So
Oh my god.
it's forever on video. So I'm like, well, I probably should find that because that was like 2004, 2005. I need to find that somewhere, and it's like,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I know that was me. So I can just watch DVD like, yeah, that was me. But it's I understand. So
And it's funny because I'm only like that when I play tenor saxophone. I also played a baritone saxophone, which is like, okay, firstly, just to draw a better idea, I am 5'3", and the baritone saxophone is almost my height, and it weighs a lot. I can't. I'm short and I'm skinny. I can't really lift that much, and the thing was big and heavy that the strap that I had a back holster to make sure that I have full support to hold it up. But playing the baritone saxophone made me a lot more. It gave me a lot less anxiety compared to playing the tenor saxophone, which is it's not significantly smaller, but it's small enough where I don't need back support. But yeah, the tenor saxophone really just I guess because it's more of a mid-range instrument and you kind of can tell if you mess up, opposed to a baritone, which my friend says sounds like fart or like the bass. You can't really tell because if you mess up, then it sounds like the whole bass section messed up. So you have like a whole crew of people that takes the fall with you, or they take the fall and they don't realize it was me that did it.
I got you. But yeah, as a performer, you know what you did.
Yeah.
So and I understand. So we know. We know. But, okay, cool. And as you said, dancing. So how did you get into dancing?
Uh, Dancing in general came to me as a kid. My aunt would play lots of music when I was growing up, and I would kind of just naturally kind of want to just boogie down. As I got more into anime, I realized that there's dances that people learn and people do. The first one I saw was the infamous Hara Hara Yukai from the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And then from there it was like the Danjo, the Love and Joy, the all the songs that we kind of dread hearing at an anime con, but it's a guilty pleasure, so we kind of indulge in it anyway.
Sure.
And from there, it became more of a necessity for me to want to learn all these dances when I joined the Maid Cafe Tenchi no Ai, because we wanted to have that Maid Cafe model of performance and service. So I just kind of it was down in a way it was downhill from there, and I just wanted to learn all the dances I could find.
Gotcha. And you just brought up something I was going to ask you about. It's like I still don't really know what a maid cafe is. Can you tell me what is a maid cafe?
Well, in Japan, the maid cafes are it's kind of like have you ever been to like a a theme? It's like a theme restaurant. That's the word. Theme. It's like a theme restaurant.
Okay.
Where the girls dress up as maids, and well, it depends on the maid cafe you go to because there's different kinds, but the maids will be like super nice and super cute, and they're pretty. They call you master. They kind of give you like a nice hand and like not a hand and feet service, but more of like a cutesy, like a it's kind of hard for me to explain. It's what an American waitress is, but a bazillion times nicer and more pleasant.
Okay.
And then also they perform, and they also have it's so popular in Japan that the big cafes, like I want to say Maid Dreamin', their maids are ranked based on popularity. So it's like a big thing here. As I mean, big thing there, as opposed to here, it's more so of a like an anime convention aesthetic, an anime aesthetic kind of thing, where it's like, where if you see anime convention, you automatically assume there's going to be cute girls in maid uniforms doing cute little dances and using ketchup to draw on their amu rice.
I got you.
Yeah. I probably did explain that really well.
No, you did. And I had like almost a chance to go to one to a convention earlier this year, and I just wasn't able to go. So it's like, I still didn't know. Although I had a friend and go, but I still didn't really get what it was.
I mean, it all depends on the convention as well. Each maid cafe kind of has their own different flair. be it here or be it in Japan, every maid cafe has their own thing. Like perfect example, the maid cafe I mentioned before, Tenshi no Ai Cafe. Where our motto is cuteness comes in all forms. So we have maids and butlers, and a term we came up with, an original term we came up with was middler, which is a person that could be a maid or a butler, wear a skirt or pants. Um, they would we would accept anyone of any size, any skin color, any sexual orientation, because we feel that the term cute should not be to a specific criteria. So that was our thing that we did for our that made our cafe unique, and you could see it within our staff. We don't have like a bunch of fuyus and a bunch of yukis. Oh, yuki is also a part of the cafe, but you don't see a bunch of fuyus and yukis. You see a wide variety of body types, and that's what appeals to the audience that we have. Some maid cafes might have like, let's say, they might theme their cafe every year at a convention based on what's out. Like, for a perfect example, Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Maybe some cafe did this year at a convention a Pokemon Go themed maid cafe. That's what helps them stand out, you know.
I got you.
So it's more so the gimmick and what you're really into.
Okay.
But I totally would go to, if you see a convention at a con, I mean a maid cafe at a con, just give it a shot. You know, just try different ones, see what it's like, kind of get a different feel of what their portrayal of a maid cafe is and someone else's portrayal of a maid cafe.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Oh, no problem.
There's still a lot I have yet to learn where I see things and I might be a little nervous to ask about it. So I was like, I'll just figure it out eventually.
I mean, I'm no professional. I just have like pretty general ideas, but that's what I've learned based on experience. Because I've been a part of Tension I for like let's see, I think 2010. I'm still a part of them like right now too. So.
Okay. So I know I should have asked this question earlier, but where did your cosplay name come from? Or yeah, what's your origin story for your name?
It's a really silly one. When I was in elementary school, actually even before then, my name is Winter, and everyone would make fun of me all the time when I was a kid. Every time it was winter, everybody would like, "Hey, it's winter," haha, and I would cry because I'm a kid. I don't like being teased. I know my name is already kind of like out there as it is, but come on, guys. But when I went to elementary school, I met a girl named Ada, and she was my best friend. And her grandfather, whenever I come to visit, after he found out my name, he would call me Wintertime every time, like from from second grade until even now, he calls me Wintertime. So when I got into cosplay, I thought about it. I'm like, my name is Winter. What's winter in Japanese? Fuyu. What can I what cosplay name can I make for myself? Then I thought, Wintertime, Fuyu Toki. And that's how Fuyu Toki came to be.
I love that story.
Thank you.
I like that. These are really original. I love it. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So, I didn't ask you, but I'm playing catch up in my brain. What was your first cosplay?
My first cosplay was Halibel from Bleach. And I was very, very surprised because that was my first cosplay that I ordered as well. And I was very surprised because firstly, the outfit was huge. Again, I want to bring up I am a very short person, and the pants were like I could slide on them. They were underneath my feet. And then the head part, like wait, are you a fan of Bleach?
I've seen some of it. Yes.
Well, there's a character named Halibel. She's from like I don't know what season. The Bleach is all over the place, but she has this thing, this a crop top kind of shirt, and she has her neck. It's like a turtleneck, but it covers her mouth.
Okay.
And I'm thinking I'm gonna get that. I get it, and it looks like I got neutered because it looks like I have a cone on my head. Like I look like those dogs that got fixed.
Oh, I see the character now. I just googled it. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
My part for the neck was so wide. I looked like I had a satellite on my neck, and I was trying to pick up reception or something.
Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Looking at images of the character, like I see.
But yeah, it was still fun because I didn't get ridiculed as much as I was ridiculing myself. And I don't know if you were going to ask, but I'll jump the gun anyway. This was at my first convention at Anime Boston.
Yes, I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask that. Uh,
Beat you to it.
mm, I was like, yeah. What was your first con? Yeah, okay, cool. Yes, got you. Mm. So I guess from there, it's like, did you work on the costume when you got it to, I guess, make it fit you better, or did you just like make the best of it?
I made the best of it because at the time I did not know anything about sewing. I knew my mom did it, but I didn't know the first thing about where does thread go, how does a needle, all that other stuff. So I ended up just kind of folding my dog collar a bit and using bobby pins to hold it so that way it was a little tighter. The pants I couldn't really fix because they were flowy and long. So I kind of just had to deal with sliding across the floor and dealing with black, the bottom being completely black after.
Wow,
Yeah,
I got you.
good stuff.
Oh, hey, what year was this? Was your first con?
Um, I said I started cosplaying in
Oh,
2009, so it'd be 2009.
okay. Oh, I didn't know if that was like your like first con. I didn't know.
Oh no, I was just talking out loud. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. No, I was just trying to figure out. I was like, oh wait, yeah, because I know like for me, it's kind of like, I say 2015, but then like when my first convention was 2009, but I wore cosplay at 2010, but I didn't really know what I was doing then.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is okay? I got you. I got you. So what's been your experience at conventions?
It's it's more so of like I go there to admire and observe all the really amazing cosplayers while also trying to find people from my cosplays series and get pictures with them. One of my favorite things that happened at a convention, which was really surprising. I can't remember what year. It's probably like 2013, 2014. I went to Anime Boston and I was walking in the dealer's room, I think with Yuki, and I was dressed up as Cutie Honey at the time. And I walked past the booth and I heard someone yell out, "Oh my God, Fuyu Toki!" And I look around and I'm like, "What?" And I see a girl. She's freaking out. And I go to her booth and she comes from around. She goes, "Oh my God, it's you. You're here. I'm a big fan." And I'm thinking to myself, I have fans. I have people that actually like my cosplay because I'm in the mindset where I make costumes, people like them, and that's fine. I'm not looking for anyone to run up to me asking me for my autograph or anything. That's the last thing I want. But she came up to me and she was like, "Oh my God!" And I kind of didn't know what to say because I was taken back. Cause I didn't I again I don't feel like I have that I guess fame, nor again do I really want the fame. So I kind of was like, "Yeah, hi. Yes, I thank you for liking my work." And I was trying my best to make a conversation, but I felt so weird. Not awkward, but just weird, you know? Like you don't really it's more so of like you don't really know that people admire your work until someone says it and you're kind of like, "Wow," about it, I guess would be a good way to describe it. And I took a picture with her, but I feel so bad now because I don't remember if we ever exchanged information. And I feel terrible because I would have loved to just touch base with her after the convention was over and say, "Hey, thank you for taking a picture with me," or something. And because if someone were to tell me that they followed my work, I would at least want to kind of just show them that I'm interested, that of what they have to say, and that I'm thankful that they are appreciative of the what talent, what little talent I do have.
I understand. So have you gotten better with, I guess the fan reaction and people recognizing you in public?
Well, I've taken a really big hiatus as I recently just moved and living on my own for the first time. So I haven't really gone to conventions. I have gotten people say that they want to see me at conventions. Mainly, I can't remember. I think his name is Chris Frogie. He's like one of like he's a big fan of mine and Yuki's, and also Pop, which was a group I was previously a part of, but Yuki's a part of right now. And he's like, I want to see Yuki and Fuyu, so Yuki and Fuyu cosplay together, and I'm just like, oh, that's I don't really get I don't really get that. So it's kind of, again, it's one of those, wow, people, someone actually does find interest in it. Or even my other cosplay friends are just like, hey, when are you gonna do the thing? And I'm like, I don't have money to do the thing. It's really nice. It's very humbling. It's very nice.
Hey, take your time. I know you'll get back out there when the time is right for you.
Yeah, like that super secret thing.
Yes.
That I mentioned. Shifty eyes, shifty eyes.
Yes. Oh yes, definitely. And you said Chris. Yeah, I know Chris. Yeah, we're face to face. I know him somewhat.
Yeah, she is a peach. It's literally thanks to her that I ended up learning that I evidently did need a sewing machine. We both started learning how to use a sewing machine around the same time. And it was very funny experience because she actually accidentally got a kid's beginner sewing machine, so it didn't really do what we needed it to do from when we were starting. So it was a really nice experience for the both of us. I'm really happy to see her grow into the amazing cosplayer she is now as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I don't know her. I know Chris. I know Chris.
Ah, I thought you were talking about Yuki.
Oh no!
Ah.
Yeah. I know of Yuki's work. I haven't. I think I've commented maybe a few of her pictures, but I've never actually spoken to her.
Ah, I see. She is a peach. Yeah. She's a gem. She's a diamond in the rough.
Yes, I'm getting to the point, just trying to figure out, who people are, what is it that they do, what is, what, I guess, what's their love of cosplay, or in other genres, outside of the fandom, but,
Yeah.
Because I was talking to another cosplayer a few days ago, and, like, we were kind of gotten on the topic of, when you see people outside of conventions, it's like, hey, that's so-and-so, and, and you kind of put their cosplay stuff aside and say, yeah, this is what they do, but when you become friends with them and say, hey, that's I'll say winter, I'll say you, I'll say that's just winter, but people know who you are, so
yeah.
But it's unfortunately I haven't got to meet a lot of people that I've talked to, but one day I hope to. If a lot of people are at cons together, and it's like, hey, we can finally meet up in person instead of just being, hey, let's just talk about things over Facebook or something.
Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of cosplayers I meet online. It's so not fair. I just need like a giant teleportation machine so I just meet all the people.
Exactly. Or we need conventions to be like every month that travel.
Yeah, or have them offer like a free like shuttle service to every like convention, like from where, like right from your front door. Just zoom right like to California or something.
Yes, and pay for all the expenses and just tell me to show up. That'd be great.
Oh yeah.
I guess, have you been to Dragon Con before?
That is my dream convention. I want to go so bad. My boyfriend and I were just like, we planned it for last year. It didn't happen. We were gonna plan it for this year. Then we moved, and we have so many ideas for cosplay, and oh man, just
I understand. Have you two done couples cosplays together?
Yeah, we've done, I think, three. I think three, four, three. We did 3 or 4.
What were some of the ones that you all did? Just
Um, hmm. We did for New York Comic Con one year, a post apocalyptic Daisy and Luigi,
Oh,
and that was like our first like big cosplay. Like we went kind of all out for. He had control over all the weapons that we had, and we had like these really awesome hammers, and they were really lightweight, and they were also made from Tupperware. So not only did we have our a lightweight hammer, but we had a place to put our stuff. So if we had our jackets, we just put it in our hammers, and we would just walk around the con with our stuff without having to take it off to take a picture and put it back on.
I got you. Nice.
Yeah, that took a while.
I, I, I like it when people do like and they take characters like you said, post-apocalyptic versions of characters. Like people would take that, take a character like Mario characters, for example, and then turn it to like post-apocalyptic or steampunk or something, where it's like it's still recognizable, but it's a nice twist to it.
Yeah. I mean, any like post-apocalyptic like Mario character honestly is something, interesting. Or like I don't know if you've heard of this YouTube channel called Beat Down Boogie, but they did Super Mario Warfare, and they had different depictions of the characters. One being the shy guy, which actually looked really, really, really interesting. The way they did the mask.
Oh yes, I've heard of them. I haven't seen all that series, but I started watching it recently.
It is great. You totally should finish it.
I like Beatdown Boogie because they do their convention videos, and it's kind of just like I couldn't go to that, but at least I got to see like a 5 minute window into something that I hope to go to at some point.
That's exactly how I feel. Last year for the New York Comic Con one, my boyfriend and I are actually in the video. We actually got to find the Micah, and we actually met him, and we got to be a part of it. So we were like so psyched about that. And another reason why I went to go to Dragon Con was just to meet the crew of Beatdown Boogie.
Oh, nice. Do you are you planning to go to New York Comic Con this year?
I'm sorry, repeat that. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
you're right. Are you planning to go to New York Comic Con this year?
I'm not too sure. If I do, I will go for the Kids Day because I love seeing all the cute, adorable kitties in their superhero costumes. But I'm probably not going to go this year. I don't really see anything that I want to see there, and then also it's really really expensive.
Mm-hmm. Is it tougher to get in like than San Diego, or is just San Diego still tougher?
San Diego's still tough. I'm with San Diego. I'm just concerned with uh. There's I isn't it like much bigger than Comic Con?
I think so.
Yeah, so if it's worse than New York Comic Con, I don't think I really want to attend it because New York Comic Con's already bad as it is. With sometimes the staff knows where something is, sometimes they don't. They give wrong times, and then sometimes the attendees aren't as nice. So if that is times like 10 in San Diego, I'm like, no, it's okay. That, and I also don't want to wait on a long line for like half the day.
Understandable.
That's honestly one of my biggest concerns about what when how cons are getting big right now. It's just the lines and how they plan to distribute badges without having to worry about people getting upset about spending like their first day of the con waiting to get inside.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been to any like big cons yet. And the only ones I've been to are just here in North Carolina. This like Animazement and NC Comic Con and Wizard World Raleigh came last year, but I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Wizard World again because that was too expensive.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually thinking about going to local cons in my area too, since that's the most affordable for me.
Understandable. So, looks like a few minutes left here. What are some of the genres that you like to pull from? I know we talked about anime and gaming. So And I know I did see you did the Darkstalker characters. So, what are some of the other genres that you like to pull from?
Hmm. Well, I'm kind of I don't really know. I just pick a character I just really like from whatever series. I actually have like a really really long list. I would say from the most of the list, I would say fighting games are more of the characters I lean toward because there's more of a female selection in fighting games compared to like let's say uh an RPG where there might be more male characters than female characters, you know. So I don't know. I guess mainly fighting games, and then yeah, fighting games. Video games just seem to be the biggest thing I want to cosplay from. One of the big ones right now being the what's that game? With the girls and with Squiggly and Misfortune. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt. I can't. I'm looking at the poster, but the name's not on it.
That one, Skullgirls?
Oh, Skullgirls.
Oh.
That's the game. Wow. I'm terrible. Skullgirls. This seems to be like my target of like characters I want to cosplay because all the majority of the characters are girls.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that. I just never actually played it before.
It's nice. I like it. It's not a game I would play every day, but it's a pretty awesome game in my opinion.
Okay. Um, if money is no object, uh, what would be like your first cosplay? Yeah, yeah, money's no object. What would you do?
What I would do is cosplay a version of Midna that I drew out. And actually, let me just look at it really quick to kind of describe why. If I could find my scrapbook. Oh, found it. Eh. You find the page. Do, do. Almost there. Almost there. I'll find it. I'll find it. No, that's not it. I'll find it. I promise. I found it. Okay, cool. Um, it was more of like a burlesque version of Midna, but the way I kind of want to do it in a really 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 nice way, like with satin and silk. Make it kind of poppy, like to make it stand out, make it really nice. Also with like a corset, like an actual corset with boning and all that other stuff. So that would definitely be one of my cosplays that well a cosplay that I would do if money wasn't an issue.
Gotcha. And what about convention wise? If money's an issue, what would you go to?
I would split it down the middle between Colossal Con and Dragon Con, hands down. Colossal Con because of I want to play with baby tigers. Dragon Con because a weekend long party sounds really awesome.
Yeah, I know how you feel because I think I mean, yes, the posting of pictures has kind of died down from Dragon Con, but still seeing like a lot of people I know, I'm like, you all were there and I'm here, so
Yeah. And so far, people that I knew that went are still talking about Dragon Con like how they went the first time. So nothing's changed and nothing has gotten worse for Dragon Con. So I figured, hey, you know, if my friends are still getting the same amount of drunk and having the same amount of fun, maybe I should go next year or the year after.
we'll say 2017, 2018 for both of us.
Oh, definitely. Fingers crossed
Yeah.
and toes.
Oh, definitely. So, is there anything else that you want to share about yourself with everybody?
What didn't I share? Um, my favorite color is purple. If that wasn't already obvious. Um, I blah, 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 blah. I'm a fan of the My Little Pony franchise, so you'll definitely be seeing cosplay from that series. Um, I love melon bread. Melon bread is really good. I like to eat a lot, a lot. I enjoy playing my saxophone from time to time. I own a tenor, although I prefer a baritone. Uh, what else? I'm looking around the room. I have a really, really crazy amount of Relakuma things. I hope to build my collection to the point where I cannot see my floor and all I see is Relakuma faces. And I am currently working on a project where I am making Tsum Tsum characters out of a bunch of video game animals, like Pokemon or Animal Crossing characters. And I hope to sell them if they look nice. I recently just made a Pearl Tsum Tsum from Steven Universe. She has the nickname Bullet Pearl, but I figured that was a success and that was my first one. So please look forward to more Tsum Tsums.
And what are Tsum Tsums? Curious. What are Tsum Tsums? I'm curious. What are they?
Tsum Tsums, they're like round, cute miniature plushies. They were made very popular in Japan from Disney. I don't know if like you've seen these like cute little round fuzzy plushies of Disney characters. And Tsum Tsum is spelled Tsum Tsum.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I made one of Pearl, but Pearl, instead of it being flat, Pearl's is pointy because her nose is pointy.
Yes, Pearl. Yeah, I'm late to the Steven Universe fandom. I'm extremely late.
It is better late than never. That show is amazing. There are so many awesome lessons that kids today really need to like hear. And they touch on so many serious topics like domestic violence, relationship issues, abandonment issues from a child's perspective. It's really really great, but all in the form of cartoons of a cartoon and also with music, and the music is top notch as well.
Oh, yeah,
You'll love it.
I agree. I think my first episode. Oh gosh, because I didn't know what I was getting into. Is it Steven and I think Pearl had to. What did they do? Oh gosh, I think it was something about going to find a turtle and a sword or something. I don't remember, but it was one of the first fusion episodes, I think.
Oh, is that with us when Steven went to see a giant woman?
Yes, giant woman. That's what it was. Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that was a cute episode.
Yeah, that was my first episode to the show. So I was like, okay, clearly I need to go back and watch from the beginning.
I will warn you, the beginning is literally the beginning of the show and how they advertised it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was gonna be some stupid show, like kind of like how Uncle Grandpa is for kids, that kind of dumbs it down a bit. And it's not a serious cartoon like how we had in the '90s, like Hey Arnold and the Rugrats, where there was like it's a kids show, but they're not treating us like kids, you know. So I thought it was gonna be one of those dumb shows where it's simple. There's jokes about farts and butts, and that was it. But after season one started to progress more, and I don't remember what episode it was. It opened my I saw with when Greg uh started doing more music stuff.
Okay.
And that was when I was like, I need to get into the show. Like, I'm trying not to spoil anything because I don't remember if Greg ever says anything about music yet.
I think what did I do? I know I watched the first two episodes on YouTube and just kept watching random ones out of order, but
well, episode two kind of just episode two does mention Greg's music.
That's true.
Well, music being a part of his life, but But yeah, it was after that where I started to give the show the chance, and I realized how mature the show is, regardless of how immature Steven was in the beginning. You see him become more and more mature and grow throughout the franchise, and it's a crazy change from how carefree he was in the beginning to how serious and like mature he is now.
Okay, I appreciate that input. I, cause I realize that yeah, I shouldn't be watching this out of order because I know I'm going to be confused. And
Yeah, and spoilers, so many spoilers.
yeah, I know. I'd say the episode I really liked one of the last ones I watched was when Garnet explained how she became Garnet,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's really touching.
Yes, like that's one of the things that like the issues that lots of kids need to hear, because sometimes the parents might not be able to explain it, especially with the society we have now with race being such a big issue.
Exactly.
So seeing an episode like that where two different gems are finding making a relationship for themselves, and they're confused, but they also accept it, and then they also have like it's I guess like I said, it's just the societal. It's very easy to relate to now. That makes it more appealing
Mm-hmm.
to the a wide variety of people.
That is true. I mean, it's funny how you said your first thought to the show was it was my same thought, and that's why I didn't give it a chance.
Yeah,
And
I feel terrible about it now because it's like I never would have found something so amazing and relatable if I continued to keep that judgment there.
I think for me, another show that was sort of like that was Phineas and Ferb. Like I came into it randomly, and I think I just sat there and watched a marathon. I was like, this show is like borderline adult, but it's for kids. And
Yeah, that's how I felt with Gravity Falls.
I still have not watched Gravity Falls. Although I think did it just end? I think.
I think so. I just started it. I'm like on first season, like 6 episodes in.
Okay.
But it's really interesting. Episode one was kind of in the beginning. It was like, oh, okay, stereotypical show. Oh, what's that? Oh, oh, oh my, oh, okay. What happens next? And then you watch the next episode, and you can continue going, and the characters start to grow on you. And it's one of those shows like toward the end you realize how serious it's gonna get, or you kind of have an idea of where it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you saw the episode when Garnet explained how she came to be, you only know it's going to get more serious from there.
Exactly. Because I think with that episode, what got me was, um, wait, who was the one that was in charge? I don't remember. Who saying that the princess was going to give up her life and she was supposed to accept her role.
Oh, Blue Diamond. She's one of the she's one of four diamonds that rules over all the gems in Homeworld.
Okay.
And yes, I guess different gems are assigned to different diamonds. I still don't know how that works, but yeah, Blue Diamond was the head of that battalion thing.
Okay. Because I would say another thing that makes me kind of sad watching it is just knowing that Steven's mother had to go for her life to give him birth. It's like, that just makes it like bittersweet moment.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Steven doesn't fully understand that until after he realizes who he is, what that gem is, and then even his father even explains to him throughout the whole series about his mom, how they met, and different stuff like that. And you kind of understand more about what happened with with Greg and his character. You'll fall in love with Greg, I guarantee it. By the way, but um, you start to know more about that character and how the crystal gems are attached to it, and then you'll get to find out why certain relationships are certain ways, and it really reels you into the story because every character, even the back characters, aren't really back characters. They have stories that relate to the main character Steven in some way or another.
Okay. Yes. I just need to just sit here and just watch it eventually. Just just binge watch a lot of Steven Universe. But I did buy a shirt recently from Hot Topic, so yeah, I'm a fan now. So, but is there any advice you would want to give to um, cosplayers, up and coming cosplayers? Because I know a lot of people are, they're gradually getting into the a lot of things, and some people don't really know where to start. And I know that there are some people who are kind of like, if you buy a costume, it's not a real costume because you didn't work on it, but you're still wearing it, so why does that matter?
Oh man, I really don't know where that comment came from, and I personally don't agree because I started off with buying cosplay. I'm sure lots of people started off with buying cosplay. I mean, if you don't know how to sew, you shouldn't be penalized for it. If you don't know how to make a pattern, you shouldn't be penalized for it or treated less like less. At the end of the day, it should always be about what the passion you have to be that character in either dressing up by buying a cosplay, making it, or even pulling out something from your closet. It shouldn't matter if you what how you get the cosplay, as far as being a quote unquote real cosplayer or not. My advice for anyone that wants to go out there and just cosplay, be it to show off their talent, to develop a talent, or to just for do it for fun, just do whatever cosplay you feel you want to do. If you're super confident about cosplaying Midna and you're like a size 6 or whatever, man, you rock that Midna cosplay. If you want to cosplay as, let's say, da, 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 as a Kirby, right? And you're like really thin and you're 6 foot, do it. If you want to be Kirby, and you know that deep down in your heart that's what you want to do, and you're committed to do it, then just go for it, man. Just do you. At the end of the day, all that matters is your happiness. Forget what anyone else has to say about it.
And what do you say to people who kind of look down on us for, I guess if people want to say this is a silly hobby, but we're having fun.
There are so many hobbies out there that can be considered very like immature or useless. Example, if someone's collecting stamps and you see it, you would you what use is that? What good is collecting stamps? Or if like if someone's into taxidermy, what good's taxidermy? I mean, honestly, in my opinion, you shouldn't criticize someone's hobby. If that's what makes them happy, that makes them happy. If as long as they're not doing anything illegal, they're not in jail, they're not harming your family, it should be fine. If I want to spend my hard-earned cash going to a convention and having a good time, damn it, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, well,
I just find it so weird that we criticize each other's like hobbies, but when we look, if we don't take the time to look at ourselves and maybe think that our hobbies, if we're talking about someone else's, might be just as, I guess, of a waste of time.
that is true.
It's crazy because we should just be worried about just what makes us happy. It's sad. It makes me really sad to see that, especially in a cosplay community, because I would love for everyone to just not necessarily kumbaya, but to just kind of discuss and talk and help each other. But it feels so much more divided than it was before.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a little disheartening, especially being part of cosplay groups, and
Yeah.
there's there are those people who are like, I mean, well, I don't want to go I'm going down this path, but people who think it's okay to do blackface, for example,
Yeah.
and that's still a hot button issue, especially with Halloween around the corner. So
I mean,
that's
I don't understand how anybody would think it's all right, especially if they get the reactions that they do. I mean, some people will do it because of the reaction and it gives them fame because people are sharing it and talking about it. But I still don't understand how the people who genuinely think that it's all right to just do it and not see anything wrong with it.
I think it's because their lives are not used as a prop or a makeup because they don't see the problem.
Yeah, I guess it's true. It could also be a kind of a cultural thing as well, because I do know, like in Asia, they still do it, but they're not. I from what I was told, I guess they're not with the times, quote unquote. So that's what I was told as far as certain regions go. But I'm more so talking about just people who know that it's bad but still think it's all right. But it could be like how you said, it could be they could just see it as a makeup prop thing.
Yeah. And you know, I've seen a lot of posts recently of people calling others out on it. And like, well, what's the problem? Like, well, you should be willing to listen and understand what the problem is. But if you don't want to listen, hey, that's your life, and you keep doing you, people. But you know, it's just we live at an interesting time.
Oh man, just this 2016 is just one big mess.
I know, and hopefully, when the year ends soon, things will be better. Hope, hopefully.
Hopefully, I mean, there's Dragon Con next year to look forward to.
Yeah, because what are the big ones that I know we all can't really go to E3 unless like you just find a way into E3, but you know, there's San Diego Comic Con, New York Comic Con, Otakon. I know MagFest is coming up in February, no January. So
Yeah,
there's a lot to look forward to. Where there is that sense of there's that safe space or happy place we can all go to,
yeah.
and just kind of let our minds get away from the seriousness of the world, at least for like a couple of days. But where can people find you online?
Well, I'm mostly on Facebook. You could just type in www.facebook.com/Fuyu the Toki. I'm on Instagram as well. Just type in Fuyu_Toki. Uh, I'm on Twitter. Well, I'm on a couple of things. Okay, I'll start over. I'm on Facebook. Just type in Fuyu Toki, and you'll find me. Either my like page or my Fuyu Toki Facebook page, either or is fine. I'm on Instagram as well. Just type in Fuyu and then _Toki. Then we got Twitter, which is at Shiki no Fuyu, is SHIKINOFUYU. And those are the only ones I'm really active on at the moment. Oh wait, and I have a Twitch channel that I will possibly be doing a lot more streams with my friends. Just again, type in Fuyu Toki on Twitch.
Gotcha. Well, first of all, thank you for joining me this afternoon. This was fun.
Of course, it was a real delight talking with you, and I'm actually super glad we finally got to do this.